Good morning. My name is Kamal Kirtika Gaundan and my student ID is S111444272. This video is created to explain assignment 3 of ED216 on teaching resources. The first topic out of the 3 that I have chosen to teach is social learning before schooling. And the resource that I have made to teach this lesson is a tree of early knowledge. To teach this topic, I will begin my class by displaying the tree of early knowledge in front of the classroom where everyone can see it clearly. I, as a teacher, will first introduce the topic by asking students simple questions as who taught you your first word? Who taught you to greet people respectfully? And what important things did you learn before coming to school? These questions will activate students' prior knowledge and encourage participations. I, as a teacher, will explain the meaning of the tree. The roots represents child's foundation and early development, while the branches represent different agents of social learning such as family, religion, culture, peers, community. Each branch contains examples of values and skills children learn before schooling, including respect, sharing, communication skills, kindness, cultural practices, and discipline. I, as a teacher, will explain each branch one at a time and connect with examples to real life situations in Fiji. Students will be encouraged to discuss their understanding and experiences with their partners or in small groups. For example, the student may talk about traditional values taught at home, church activities they participated in, or lessons learned from their grandparents and friends. I, as a teacher, will guide students to understand that learning happens everywhere, not only in school. As an interactive study, students will receive small paper leaves where they will write or draw one thing they learned before schooling. They will then attach these leaves on the tree chart. These activities make lesson learner-centered and promotes creativity and collaboration. I, as a teacher, will conclude the lesson by summarizing how children develop socially through interaction with people around them. The resource supports visual learning, active participation, communication skills, and critical thinking while helping students connect social science concepts to their own lives and communities. The second topic that I have chosen is making and living, and the resource that I have used to teach this lesson is a chart where it shows traditional versus modern means of earning and living. I, as a teacher, will begin my class by displaying the chart and asking students to carefully observe the pictures shown in both sections, traditional and modern. The students will first identify the traditional activities such as hunting, farming, fishing, using traditional tools, building canoes, and making traditional medicines. Students will then identify modern occupations such as information technology jobs, banking, transportation services, tourism, and also social media content influencing. I, as a teacher, will then explain that the chart compares how people made a living in the past and how people earn income today. Students will discuss how traditional livelihoods depend heavily on the natural resources, manual labor, and community operation, while modern livelihoods involve technology, industries, education, and services. Then, as a teacher, will connect the lesson to the local examples from Fiji, such as village farming, fishing, community tourism work, and office employment. As a teacher, I will also guide students through a comparison discussion by asking students questions such as which traditional activity are still practiced today? What modern jobs are becoming more common? How has technology changed the way people work? And what are the advantages and disadvantages of modern life? Then students will work in small groups to compare the two sections of the chart and share their observations with the class. They will also discuss what type of work their family members do and whether those jobs are modern or traditional. To make the lesson interactive, students can create short list of traditional and modern occupations found in their own communities. I, as a teacher, will then conclude the lesson by emphasizing that livelihood continues to change over time due to modernization, education, and technology. But traditional knowledge and skills still remain important in small island developing states, communities. The chart that I created encourages visual learning, critical thinking, classroom participation, and real life connections. The third topic that I have chosen to teach is change and continuity. And the resource that I have created to teach that topic is a PowerPoint presentation. To teach this topic, I will begin the class by introducing the concept of change and continuity, where students will be asked questions such as how was life different from your grandparents and what traditions are still practiced today. Then I, as a teacher, will explain the change refers to things that becomes different over time, while continuity refers to things that remain the same. The PowerPoint that I created will be projected on the screen, showing slides comparing traditional and modern lifestyles in areas such as transportation, communications, clothing, education, housing, entertainment. Each slide will contain pictures and explain examples from Fiji and to make the lesson relatable and meaningful. As each slide is presented, I as a teacher will encourage students to observe and compare the differences between past and present lifestyle. For example, students may compare traditional canoes with modern buses and cars, letters with smartphones, or traditional houses with concrete buildings. The teacher will explain how technology, globalization, and modernization have contributed to social changes over time. Students will participate in pair or group discussion while they share examples from their own families and communities. I, as a teacher, will ask students to discuss which traditions have remained important despite modernization, such as respecting elders, cultural ceremonies, traditional dances, and family values. Throughout the presentation, I, as a teacher, will ask guided questions to encourage critical thinking and participation. Students may also complete a simple comparison table listing examples of changes and continuity shown in the slides. The lesson will conclude with a summary explaining the societies continue to change over time, but important cultural traditions and values will remain. The PowerPoint created supports visual learning, student engagement, collaborative, and deeper understanding of social changes in real life contexts. The three resources of the three topics that I have chosen is well compiled so that students are more engaged with the activities and the topics to be learned.